Okay, right, so Lent. So what is Lent? So most of us probably know that Lent is just the time that we give up maybe sweets or chocolate. We have to give up something, right? But we don't know what it's actually about, right? So we're just going to go through today. So when is Lent, first of all? So Lent is basically, it begins on Ash Wednesday, which is the day after Shrove Tuesday, or we probably know it more as Pancake Tuesday now, right? So the whole reason behind that is because just before Lent, people used to use all the sweet stuff, all the nice stuff in their house because they were getting rid of it before Lent. So they used to make pancakes, right? So that's why it's called Pancake Tuesday, because you have your big last meal, your last, all your chocolate, whatever you want, before you give it up for Lent, right? So Lent lasts for 40 days. So it starts on Ash Wednesday, which was last week, and ends on Easter Sunday. And that's at the start of April this year, I think. It's the first week of April, right? However, if you look at a calendar and count the days, there are more than 40 days. Okay, Lent is actually 46 days. However, the 6 Sundays are excluded because there is no obligation to fast on Sundays in Lent. So that means that on Sundays during Lent, you don't have to fast, right? So that is that's something that you may want to take into account, or you can forget about it, because most people still partake in their Lent through Sundays. It's just not expected of you, okay? So what does Lent mean? So Lent comes from the Middle English word Lenten, or the Old English Lecton, okay, Lengthen, both of which mean spring, the season, right? So Lent is a time of new beginnings, new growth, and a time to go and get fit to live the life of a Christian, right? What 3 things do Christians do during Lent? So they fast, they give and they pray, right? So when they're fasting, they give up certain things. So most people give up sweets for Lent, and they also try to give more. So Lent is also about giving as well as giving up. So instead of spending your money on sweets, usually we put our money into troker boxes, right? And they go to poor people in other countries who need it more than us, right? And praying as well is very important during this time, so that we have the strength to make it all the way through, right? So it's very easy to get lost in the whole hullabaloo of it all. But when you pray to Jesus and to God, and you ask them for support, you feel a lot better about it, right? You are able to last longer, and you're able to, you know that there's a reason behind it, okay? So it gives you hope. Okay, the color purple, so the priest wears purple garments, and a purple cloth is placed on the altar during Lent. Okay, so we won't see that now in person for a while, because obviously we can't go to churches. But if we were in school now, we'd be able to go down to the church and see the purple cloth on the altar, right? Purple symbolizes both pain and suffering leading up to the crucifixion of Jesus. Okay, it also symbolizes the suffering of all humans and the world under sin. So purple is also the color of royalty, and this reminds people that Jesus is king. Okay, so how can people remember what God sacrificed? So giving up some treats or home comforts helps people understand how much Jesus sacrificed. Okay, so we give up like sweets and maybe PlayStations or Xboxes or whatever we want, but Jesus gave his life to basically show that we are all good people and to help us get into heaven. Okay, and God gave up his son to do so as well, right? So they have given up so much that it's very easy for us to give up small things that just help us to kind of relate to his suffering. Okay, so what can people give up for Lent? So people can give up, I know a lot of people give up sweets, some people give up TV, a lot of people often go reading instead, and sometimes they can read the Bible as well. Instead of driving to school, some people cycle to school, right? So to help the environment, and that gives back to the environment as well as stopping you from doing something, all right? So as long as you are giving back in some way, that's all that matters, okay? So instead of spending loads of time on the PlayStation or Xbox, you can maybe go help your parents to maybe do some jobs that they need done as well, right? So as long as you're giving back, that's the most important thing. Okay, so you can give up sweets and cake, you can give up fast food, PlayStation, phones, fizzy drinks, curse words, TV, anything you want, right? So I want to hear what you have given up for Lent, right? So I want you to take a video of yourself and explain what you've given up for Lent and what you're going to do to give back, all right?